it's me, Renee. I'm back. And this is my last, I promise, last video with these recommendations. Okay, so this last prompt is simply do something for yourself. And again, it's like, well, are you going to recommend books for that? How are you going to do that? Well, okay, here I'm going to simply talk about books that I kind of feel like they're so good. You should check them out because either the books that I have talked about or the books that are beloved by people that like. I mean, sometimes when at least with me, at times when I recommend books, like I want to recommend books that I really enjoy and people haven't heard of or don't really talk about. Or I kind of want to talk about books that are famous and are known, yes, but like kind of adding my voice to it and saying like I agree with this hype book. People should read it. The hype is real. So yeah, I'm going to talk about some books, but I'm also going to talk about some movies and some TV series because like doing something with yourself, at least for me, that can be watching a good TV series or good movie. So yeah, I'm going to be mentioning that stuff as well. And yeah, so first we have more weird things customers say in bookstores. So this is just kind of like quotes and anecdotes from bookstores, but there's also fun illustrations here and there. So yeah, this is definitely I would say like a nice thing to do for yourself. It's not like I mean sometimes you read and you kind of feel like okay I'm gonna read to enlighten myself. I'm gonna read to learn something new. But this is pure entertainment. It's not really. I suppose you learn how stupid people can be, but like yeah, it's more or less pure entertainment. And so yeah, it's very fun to like yeah, it's pure enjoyment to like enjoy for yourself. So it fits this prompt perfectly, I would say. And then you have art matters. So I suppose this is a bit more like it's not pure entertainment. I mean, there's like very good points in here, but still, it's not like a huge book. So it's like something you'll do for yourself and just a quick read. And there's big pictures here and there. The pictures are by Chris Riddle, and the text is by Neil Gaiman. And yeah, if you haven't picked up this one, I would highly recommend it. And then we have the book lovers miscellany. So this is kind of like a story. This is kind of like a mix of like fun facts and anecdotes about like a list and like yeah different stuff about books. So yeah, if you really love books, this is a fun little non-fiction to check out. Like list of most stolen books or most bought books and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, a nice little read. Enjoy. And then we have a book that probably you probably heard of, but yeah, again, sometimes the hype is real, at least for me. So yeah, spoiler alert by Olivia Jade. I love this book so much. It's just like a warm, nice hug, and it's just so good. So yeah, definitely recommend this one. And yeah, it's definitely something you can enjoy reading. So yeah, doing something for yourself, reading a book, this book is just very enjoying. And yeah, and then we have feminists don't wear pink and other lies. I suppose this is more okay. So this is non-fiction. It's essays about feminism. I suppose this is more like it's I would say so it's like more like doing something for yourself in a way like learning something, but also like I mean these essays are all quick and fun. They're not really like they're not academical. They're like meant to like be. I'm kind of thinking okay, so I haven't read that many of them. I read a few of them. Like I don't have a bookmark because I read a few at a time and then can't stop. Um, but yeah, I would think like somewhere I kind of feel like it's kind of meant for like teens, like a first non-fiction book about feminism. And I feel like yeah, I mean that kind of works because it's not really academical or difficult to read at all. It's short text. It's very light-hearted, but also true and good, but also important. So yeah, I would say check out this book. Something for yourself. An enjoyable time while learning about people's journeys with feminism. Then we have East by Edith Patel. I haven't really talked about this one in forever, really. But yeah, it's a retelling of a Norwegian fairy tale, but it's also kind of a version of The Beauty and the Beast. So I suppose like if you know the version of the story Beauty and the Beast, you probably have. then this story is not that different, but it's more like it's set in Norway or like the Arctic climate instead of France, and Beauty and the Beast set in like warmer climates. And yeah, it's just really, really enjoy this retelling. It's a very well done story. So yeah, if you like the story, fun. If you just like retellings, I mean, sometimes at least me, sometimes I read retellings without reading the originals, and sometimes that's kind of a nice way to do it as well. I mean, you don't really have to read the originals first to enjoy a retelling. So yep. And then we have a book they haven't talked about, I think, in forever, yeah, quite a while. It is The Undomestic Goddess by Sophie Kinsella. So you see, it looks a bit fluffy. It's because I bought it used. But yeah, fun facts. So Sophie Kinsella is very famous for her Shopaholic series, but she also writes a lot of standalones. Personally, I prefer standalones. I read one of the Shopaholic books, and I didn't really enjoy it. But the standalones, I enjoy. Well, I haven't read all of them either, but like a lot of them, I highly, highly enjoy. So, yeah, I'm quirky that way. I prefer standalones. So yeah, if you want a very fun women's fiction but also romance story to enjoy, check out this book, but also her standalones, her other standalones. And then I want to talk about a trilogy, books I don't really feel like get enough talks with. I mean, they have been blurred by people who are famous, but they don't really get mentioned that much. I mean, yeah, now I mean, the trilogy is finished years ago. The last one came out in like 2016, 15. But still, I mean, some older books get new life on TikTok and stuff like that. So I kind of want to talk about this trilogy being Hourglass, Infinite Glass, and Timepiece. So this is a time travel companion series. I would say more like a series because I mean each book has a new main character, though it's like people around the same. It's a companion series, so it's people from the same group, from the same friends group, and they all have a different way of like this time magic. It's not different actually time travel. It's more like time travel. One of it's yeah, it's more like time travel. It's more time magic than time travel. I thought it right, and then I said it wrong. But yeah, so one character can stop time, one character can speed forward time, these kinds of stuff. And okay, yeah. So it's been a while since I read them myself, but yeah, I don't really. I mean, they're not really talked about it at all, and I do remember enjoying them so much. So yeah, if you like time travel or time magic and YA, check out this series. Also, you might. And now, the other part of this video, where I'm going to talk about movies and TV series to enjoy. So first, randomly, I mean, I don't really like systems. We have Hysteria, came out about 10 years ago, 20, doesn't really matter. But yeah, it's a fictionalized version of how the vibrator came to be. And it has Maggie Gyllenhaal, Hugh Dancy, and Rupert Everett in the big roles. It's gotten, at least Norway got a lot of good praise. Like everyone loved the movie in the reviews, and yeah, I agree. I love it so much. It's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah, I very much enjoy it. So delightful little watch. And then we have Tintin. This one came out in 2011, so this is kind of like the first Tintin movie. Like before this, I mean, Tintin is kind of very much famous Belgian comic. If you didn't know that, it's a comic series. So it started as a comic series, and then you had a TV series, and then this happened 2011. Spielberg and but also Josh, not Josh Lucas, Spielberg and the other dude who's doing things. I'm just going to put out because this is yeah, Spielberg and Peter Jackson are kind of cooperating with this universe, and they talked in interviews like around this movie that they plan to like do at least three, and there's still two more like on the B, but there's been no talk about a sequel. but Peter Jackson still talks that he wants to do a sequel. So I mean, hopefully it still happens. I have an optimist heart. And also, like, this is a stop motion picture, so I suppose don't really doesn't really matter that the cast gets older because it's movie magic. And yeah, Tintin uh, and the Secrets of Unicorn, it's just so good. And yeah, definitely a great, good time if you want that kind of thing. It's kind of like, I suppose, yeah, kind of like Indiana Jones, but just in animation form because it's very high stakes and very quick, but also very quippy. And yeah, if you haven't seen it, check it out. And then we have Pushing Daisies sorry. Pushing Daisies. So this is a TV series. I have the second season. I didn't buy the first season, which I'm an idiot for. But yeah, I love this so much. It's so charming and delightful and colorful. And I mean, yeah, it's based around a guy. I mean, Ned, he can touch people when they're dead and they can come alive for 1 minute. So that's kind of like creepy, but it's done in a very charming, nice way. And yeah, I would say check it out if you like charm and that kind of thing. You've probably heard of it because it's kind of like a cult classic now, I would say. And yeah, the hype is definitely true for this one. Hype is definitely true. Then we have Basil, the Great Mouse Detective. I bought this one in Spain, so that's why it says El Raton. And yeah, so this is a Disney movie from 1986. A lot of people don't really know about it or haven't really heard that much about it. It's Disney's version of Sherlock Holmes, or it's based on the books, but it's like the books are clearly based on Sherlock Holmes. So it's just Sherlock Holmes with it's Sherlock Holmes with animals, and yeah, it's very fun. Very much enjoyed. I kind of still have a slight hope for like a sequel, though. I mean, sequel like 36 year after probably won't happen. Though I mean, animated form it could happen. I mean, Bert and Bianca had like a sequel lots of years after, so maybe. I mean, now with Disney Plus they need more content, so maybe. But yeah, I enjoyed very much. If you enjoy Sherlock Holmes, if you enjoy Disney, check out this. And then we have The Road to El Dorado, a DreamWorks movie from 2001. And it's just, honestly, it's my favorite movie of all time. It has it all. Fun, funny, great characters, amazing visuals, great story. I mean, great songs. I mean, there's nothing to complain about. Nothing at all. It's just an amazing story. And yeah, it's a movie I rewatch every now and then, and it never gets old. It's just amazing. Highly recommend it for a good time. And then we have Coupling, another TV series. This is one of my all-time favorite series. It's a UK series, so it only lasted 4 seasons, but I don't really mind because like every each season had like 5 or 4 episodes. It wasn't like it's not like it exists lots of episodes in this universe, but you don't really mind because like it kind of tells the story that you kind of want to see told. It tells the story of how people meet and how they fall in love and how they argue and how they argue with people, and it's just amazing. It's just so funny. Like if I ever need to be cheered up, I watch any episode of this one because all the episodes are amazing and all the episodes are just so funny. They hold up time after time after time, and it's I suppose they hold up. I mean, there's some aspects to around with like homophobia, but like they kind of address it as well. So yeah, Coupling, check it out. It's amazing. And yeah, that's kind of my little recommendation for things to enjoy with your eyes. Well, I suppose you enjoy books with your eyes because you read with your eyes, but yeah. And yeah, I hope you enjoy my recommendations and enjoy this readathon. And yeah, bye.